Hey guys, Guardian Draco here with a follow-up video on how the raid went on my brand new team. And give me a second, let me show you guys how old this account is. And here we go. So if you look at check attendance for 30 days, it says I've checked it for 22 days out of those 30 days. And if we look at the attendance right here, 23 out of 24. What does that mean? I really have no idea, because this one says 23 out of 24, so I've checked it 23 times, but in the other thing it said 20. Either way, point is, this account is about 3 weeks old, okay? And this was basically my very first raid. So let's see, how did a brand new account perform in the very first raid? Okay, let's check it out. Not battle logs. Here we go. Okay, so in my guild I ended up number 13, which not a good sign, and I ended up with 9 million raid damage. Now to this, there are like certain things that affected this. For example, I didn't get my team right off the bat. I got my unique heroes like on Tuesday when the server reset, and the raid started on Thursday before the server reset. So there were like 5 days in the raid where I didn't have a team, and I thought, oh, okay, I'm doing about 400k damage, is pretty good. Very quickly that went to like 150k damage, and then 100k damage. I was doing nothing, like nothing. I wasn't even in the raid at that point. And then suddenly, as soon as I got my unique heroes, put some resources into them, I was doing like 900k, and towards the end of the raid I was doing 1.3 million. And the bosses did get stronger, so I got significantly stronger. But yeah, I managed 9 million, and I was mostly attacking this boss right here with the water team, which means I had no elemental advantage. If I had elemental advantage, or if I had my team from the start of the raid, I would have probably hit a little over 10 million, like around 14 million, maybe 15 million at most, I think. So yeah, the point of this was really to see if like hating on my guildmates that were doing low damage, not really hating, but like being kind of like there should be requirements in the guild, you get me? Like if you hit less than 5 million, you either step it up or you gotta go. Now there is an issue with that. It's hard to find people because there's not that many players, I guess. But still, like these numbers, I'm sorry, some of my guildmates hit very low, and some of them are active, right? Like Como's active and Bimbi's active, even Bro is pretty active. But once you get below 1 million raid damage, like you're active in the game, but you're not participating. So what's the use, right? So yeah, on my first account, 9 million raid damage. So even if you have a brand new account, you should still be hitting at least around 5 million, I think. Definitely 1 million, you get me? So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys found this useful. Now you know approximately what numbers you should be hitting in raid. Even if you're new, even if you don't have your account properly set up, look, all you need is some heroes that are damage oriented. For example, here I got Garam, I got Bianca. Who else do I got? I got Coco, which reduces the defense of the raid bosses. And what's the last one? I got the Rachel, the pirate lady. She gives an extra 50% range damage, and all these units are ranged, and so they all get that 50% extra range damage for the party buff from Rachel. And so basically the whole team is damage oriented. I really only have 2 uniques. One is in training, and the other one I did manage to I basically just put all my resources into him, and so he's almost done. He's missing one more limit break, and he's missing mostly the awakening stones for the limit broken part, which those are extremely expensive in terms of legendary awakening stones. But yeah, that's really it. Just put one of my 2 uniques into training, put my resources into the other, and then I mean I did spend 21 legendary awakening stones into Rachel so I could get the full party buff. And she also got Maximum Broken, not Maximum Broken, Fully Evolved when I was working on evolving Garam, because they're both water units. Obviously, for your raid, you want your team to sync up and all be the same element. You know, a mono elemental team makes it easier. But yeah, that's all you need. Even with just rare heroes and no uniques, you can still do a good chunk of damage. But I do recommend you get like one unique at least that does damage. For example, I used Bianca. Garam at first was not maxed out at all or anywhere near it. So I mostly used Bianca, who was in training room and therefore maxed out. And just her alone, she was doing almost 1 million damage with just her. And then as I built up Garam, then that's when I hit 1.3 million, 1.4. Okay, I mean, I don't know if I got to 1.4. I know I can do 1.4 now that the raid is over, but yeah, point is, you know, you shouldn't be doing less than 10 million raid damage if you've been playing the game for at least a month. I haven't even hit that yet, but as soon as I hit that, I'm thinking next raid, which is when I'll hit the 1 month, I'll be doing like almost 30 million. Now obviously I do have like a very damage oriented team, and so that makes it easier for me, and next raid I'm gonna have a boss that I counter, but like even then, if it wasn't for all that, I'd still be hitting 15 to 20 million. So yeah, hope you guys found this useful. Hope you guys now know what you should be hitting in raid, even if you're new, and maybe consider subscribing, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye.